Welcome to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, the daily talk show with the voice of Penn State football and men's basketball. You never know what special guest may stop on by any given day. Now here's the man of the hour, Mr. Steve Jones.
Our thanks to the Student Bookstore, the Big Blue in the corner in downtown State College, and our thanks to Happy Valley Live, a new restaurant here in State College. Pat Romano running it, and food's fabulous, service, everything. So we thank both of them for being sponsors of this broadcast extravaganza.
Illustrious programming is what I like to call it. Mr. Jones, where would you like to start?
Well, we will start with the games, and then I have a lot more information I want to get into as we head into the NFL playoff weekend, too. But also, it's Myth-Busting Day. It's although we do bust a lot of myths on this show to begin with, anyway.
We do.
Narratives, a lot of narratives.
But let's start with
last night's game, Glendale, terrific game. Exactly what you expect in a national semifinal. Comes down to the last play of the game. We saw last year, came down to the last play of the game in Miami Gardens between Penn State and Notre Dame. Same story last night. The first half, Miami owned the line of scrimmage, but didn't take advantage of it enough. And it was interesting in watching Ole Miss play, because Ole Miss is not a great red zone team. That's one area that, like a lot of people think that they fly up and down the field, and in the red zone, they're one of those 90-95% because of the, the perception of it. To be honest with you, Ole Miss is not a good red zone team. They have not been a good red zone team all year. And when they get to the red zone, they're settling for field goals and things like that. They had the long field goals. Their kicker hit the upright twice, and by the way, and he's a terrific kicker.
He hit the uprights on a 50-yarder. That was like a straight shot. He just didn't curl it at all.
Right.
He didn't push it.
Right.
He just did it straight.
Right, and the other one then caromed in.
Yeah.
The other one caromed in.
And he was good from 58 on the night.
Yeah.
He is a good kicker.
You could tell by the chunks of yardage that Miami was getting on first down in the running game about their line of scrimmage dominance. What did I say yesterday as we did this show? That Fletcher had to have at least 20 carries.
22.
He had to have at least, but that is them shortening the game, going on long drives. Well, they went on a bunch of long drives, and of course, they had the red zone interception. That killed them. They had a couple turnovers in the game that really hurt them. But they show the resiliency that when Ole Miss finally took the lead, and then Ole Miss hit a 2-point conversion, that was a terrific drive to work their way downfield. Carson Beck, as I said to you yesterday, he's a very good college quarterback. I know everybody, let's go back 15 months. 15 months before he got hurt against Texas, people were touting him as the first overall pick in the draft. I didn't quite see it that way, but that's okay. I just didn't quite see it that way. Well, he gets hurt. He opts for the draft. Then, like 48 hours later, he opts to then transfer to Miami. I mean, a year ago today, he can't throw a football. So let's give him credit for all the hard work he put in to get himself back out there, because that's a lot of long, lonely days dedicating yourself to get back. And everybody at Miami knew that in one form or another, he's the focal point of what's going on. Just having him there. Then they play Notre Dame. He had a couple of big throws in that game. He had the lousy game against Louisville where he threw 4 interceptions. He's not a guy that opens up a lot. After that game, he opened up to his teammates about it. I think that probably in the end helped him. Now, he did lose to SMU. But these teams, everybody loses. Everybody loses because it's such a long season. And that's why the instant panic that happens among fan bases after a loss is something that in this era confuses me. In the old days, you are right. That loss was damaging.
Mm-hmm.
And a second loss absolutely puts you out. Not today. Miami lost twice during the national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the end, people are asking about pass interference. You watch, they're both jousting.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make that call.
They also generally didn't call a lot throughout the game. There was a lot that they let go. And so I'm not surprised that it was let go in the end because it was jousting and it was like, okay. Like there was a call early. I forget who was for Ole Miss that he was going back and forth. And then they were going to let it go. And then he threw a full shove.
Yeah.
Who exactly it was. And then they called that. It was like, okay. As soon as you get to the point of egregious, we'll call it. But if you're just hand fighting, like we're going to let them play.
But the odd part about Miami is this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, allegedly one of the hallmarks for Mario Cristobal is the discipline that you play with. Very strict on that. And all these false starts last night. That's the lack of discipline.
The right guard had 2 on the same try.
Like what do you know? And that happened all night.
Mm-hmm.
And that was strange. That derailed them. Sacks derailed them. Ole Miss had just enough sacks in the game to derail drives. Penalties derailed drives for them. They were the better team all night. But because they kept derailing them. Now, Ole Miss getting a sack is not Miami derailing itself. That's Ole Miss making a play.
Miami had, I think, 4 dropped interceptions. And, like, these aren't just balls that were tough to catch. It was like 4 that they had in their hands.
I mean, Shambles didn't play well last night.
Oh, no. Shambles did not play well. Right. And they just kept dropping interceptions. And it was like, at some point, you got to get one.
But statistically, it looks good.
Yeah.
You watch the game, no. It's not.
No.
And then Lacey being hurt
after breaking his 73-yard run
didn't help. But they got him going a little bit in the fourth quarter. But him being hurt, and this is what you're going to run into at this time of the year. They've played so many games. Like Xavier Harris, who played really well against Penn State in the Peach Bowl 2 years ago, I was really impressed with him. I was impressed with him on tape and was impressed with him when I saw him in person. I said, this guy's a good player. He was gassed at the end of the game. He was totally gassed because, again, Miami had, what did we say yesterday? They were going to try and shorten the game, longer drives, running game going, using some power up front. That wears you down.
They had 41 minutes of possession versus 18. That is dominant.
This is why we prepared everybody for the game the way we did, that they would play that kind of game to shorten the game. Well, if you go 41 minutes with the ball, you're shortening the game. You're reducing the number of possessions in a game when you do that because you don't want Ole Miss having 14 possessions in a game. You don't want that.
It helps when Miami goes 11 for 19 on third down and 2 of 2 on fourth down because it felt like every time they got to third down, they would run the ball and it was a first down. Like it just felt like throughout that game, it was just a back-breaking. Every third down was back-breaking for Ole Miss. It was like they needed to stop.
It depends on what your third downs and fourth downs are. Oregon converted fourth downs against Penn State 6 of 9, but they were all fourth down and the vast majority were fourth down and ones. Okay, I mean, in other words, when you're their third down set them up in that game, and then fourth down, and that's Dan Lanning. He goes for it all the time, and. Once again, in the pregame show, we talked about that. This is the kind of coach that he is. He goes for it. And he showed that in Beaver Stadium. So Miami, they get to play at home. That doesn't mean it's a home game for them. It means it's familiarity because, look, there are a lot of corporate tickets that are sold in a game like this. And whomever wins tonight gets a section of tickets. Now, the neutral tickets will be bought up by Miami fans, so that will be but remember, there's a lot of corporate tickets sold at these games. The opposing team also gets X amount of tickets anyway. Miami only gets X amount to sell. It's the neutral ones that that'll be their fans. Like, hey, this is great. We get a home game out of it. Now, tonight's game. First time these two teams played, Indiana had, I think, something like 327 yards or somewhere in that neighborhood. Oregon only had like 268 yards in that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's how well Indiana played defensively against this team.
Mm-hmm.
And the game was in Autzen. Dante Moore did not have a great day because Indiana made sure he didn't have a great day.
Mm-hmm. 21 of 34, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
Right. And the key moment, and I thought it was the key moment for the entire season for Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the Ohio State game and the Big Ten championship game. It was this game. Because Indiana did not home field its way into wins this year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is not one of those, they played at Memorial Stadium and, with the home cooking, they did great. No. They won at Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
They won at Iowa. They won at Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
3 biggest wins. When they finally got to the Big Ten championship game, that essentially was the home field playing at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's 1 hour.
And when they were in Autzen, biggest moment, fourth quarter, 12:42 to go.
Right, pick off Brandon Finney, who's a heck of a player. I mean, I'm not going to get into why. I'm not going to get into why. Well, maybe a little bit. He didn't go to Penn State.
No, he did not.
Because it was Penn State and Oregon, and his report with Terry Smith, outstanding. But the offer needed to be a little stronger. I'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was, he'd be here. He's a terrific player. Mm-hmm. Really good. You saw what he did against Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he picks off Mendoza. He runs it back for a touchdown. Well, you were on the road. It's Indiana. Mm-hmm. This is the potential breaking point right here. And they turn around, drive right back down the field. That tells you about Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana's offensive line had a great day. Indiana's defensive line had a great day. This is where Indiana's better. Indiana has always had very good skill players.
Mm-hmm.
Always have. I don't care whether it's Antoine Randall, I don't care if it's Thomas Lewis. Right? They've had terrific skill players over the years. They've never been great in the trenches until now.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to this game tonight. It is the rematch. Will Stein has to figure out a way, and it's going to start with their offensive line. It goes back to what we talked about with the Big Ten championship game. What did we say that Ohio State would have trouble handling? It's the looping and stunting and the timing with which they do it. See, Indiana's timing, because they do it not every single play, but they do it the vast majority of the time. They know how to time it up really well. And an offensive line is not used to that kind of timing with the looping and stunting, but they do it almost every time because one-on-one, they're going to get beat one-on-one probably 6 out of 10 times. But with the looping and stunting, they don't, because you're trying to figure out where it's coming from. And that's what Oregon's going to have to contend with. The next part is, can Oregon run the ball? Well, let's start with this. The freshman running back Davidson's out of the game.
I believe heard his. I think it was his. Something.
Again, this is the attrition that does occur when you have a long season.
Mm-hmm.
And Whittington, whom I feel is a very talented back, quick, good hands. He is right now a, quote, game-time decision.
He's currently questionable.
Right? You did not – I mean, people are not sitting there with great confidence he's going to play. So Hill may be the guy, the freshman, whom I'm very impressed with.
Dier Hill. And they've also officially ruled out, of course, Mekhi Hughes entered the transfer portal, is transferring to –
Yeah, but Mekhi Hughes –
he's transferring to Houston.
Right, but Mekhi Hughes was going to be the big – and they brought him in. It's like, here's the guy – he hardly touched the ball this year, so he's not a factor.
He's not a factor. DeJuan Riggs, also not a factor, is out.
Right.
And then Jaden Lamar entered the transfer portal. He is listed as out. Right. So they're basically down their second and fourth. There's down 2 of their 4 backs. One of them is questionable. So it is going to basically be Dier Hill is the only quote-unquote healthy running back right now.
Fast.
He is really fast. He's really talented.
Yep.
the question is how much can you rely on him if Whittington is also if he's hurt in some regard.
Right.
If he's questionable.
So now it gets thrown on the shoulders of Dante Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's extremely talented. He does have Gary Bryant is back.
Mm-hmm.
DeCorian Moore is back.
Mm-hmm.
That really helps. Right? To go with Malik Benson. And he's got Kenyon Sadiq.
Mm-hmm.
And Sadiq will be one of the better players on the field. Indiana, of course, has Daly out. But everybody else is healthy. Mm-hmm. Let's face it. They got the bye. They are the one and only team in the 2-year history of this to be a team that got the bye and won.
Yep.
Okay? Teams in that spot are 1-7.
Yeah.
Georgia's 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Yikes is right. And
Indiana being the only team to win, it wasn't just that they won against Alabama. It's that they
were able to take guys out.
They took them behind the woodshed, and it was ugly.
They were able to take guys out
mm-hmm.
in the fourth quarter in Pasadena.
Yeah, in the Rose Bowl. They were
you're like sitting there like going, is it really this
mm-hmm.
easy?
Yeah.
And they play great. Mendoza, look, he's got a lot of guts.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of guts. And the emergence of Charlie Becker in the second half of the season has made them better because, with all due respect, he's a better player than E.J. Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Is he better than Surratt? We can debate that. Is he better than Cooper? We can debate that. But Becker's really good. He's better than E.J. Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a find there in a senior.
Mm-hmm.
Becker's not a freshman. And he's playing really well. And I thought when Indiana went to Oregon, I thought Oregon would win the game by 10 points. I was wrong. Indiana won the game, and Indiana was the better team.
And in that game, just looking at the stats, Oregon's leading rusher, Jordan Davison, 8 carries, 59 yards.
Yeah.
Longest was 26. Whittington, I think, was still dealing with health stuff at that point. 5 carries, 27 yards.
Yeah.
Third rusher was Jaden Lamar, 3 carries, 17 yards in that game.
And all three of them might be out. Whittington might play.
Yeah, De'Aaron Hill had 3 carries, -3 yards. His longest run was 0.
What they need is a defensive performance like they had against Texas Tech. But the big difference is this. What did I say was the single biggest glaring, and I mean glaring, weakness for Texas Tech?
Quarterback. And what is the not weakness of Indiana?
One of the absolute strengths is the Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback. That makes a big difference in what we're seeing because they're going to have to get pressure. They're not going to have the luxury of just another guy playing at quarterback, and that's what Texas Tech had. I'm just giving you an evaluation of what I see. This is not personal. When I look at Texas, I don't know the guy at all, but when I watched him play, I kept watching him going, I don't get it. Now, I know the Hammond kid, the freshman, is out. Right. So that's why they couldn't turn to him because the Hammond kid bailed him out when they played Utah. He was terrific. But that's the reality of the game coming up tonight.
I want to ask you, because last night we got to see it, as we've mentioned, with Carnero, the kicker for Ole Miss. Ole Miss could get within the general range of him, which was the 40-yard line.
Right.
And he was nails. He did everything he needed to.
Right.
He doinked one that missed. He doinked a second one that went in.
Right. But he's still a great kicker.
As soon as the Miami kicker hit the first field goal, I said, he's going to miss at some point. I said it to my significant other. They said, sure, whatever. Next kick, he misses it. And you see Carnero step up, drill it, and I was like, he's either not going to miss or he's going to have some miracle happen that makes him miss, including a doink. For Indiana, they're coming into this game. They have 2 kickers. They have Radicic, who's their main kicker, and they have Frankie, who is their long-distance guy.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's a question for you of how much in college football does it help to know that you have that guy there that you can trust to step up to hit a field goal from the 40-yard line So if you're in a situation where you need a field goal, you say, we don't have to get down to the 20. We have to get to the 40. Because we see it in the NFL now with the Jaguars where Cam Little's hitting the ball from the 50. You're saying we have to get over midfield and we can trust that he can make it. So it takes so much pressure off.
I've never seen Frankie kick except kick off. He kicked off here, and he had almost all touchbacks. I don't think he had a touchback in the game. The conditions played a role. Sappington, I think, is really good. For Atticus Sappington for Oregon, I think he's really good. I did not vote for Radicich as the Big Ten Kicker of the Year. I have a vote. I voted for Ryan Barker. You want to know why? Because I know he finally missed a field goal against Ohio State, which was his first miss all year. So when I voted, he was perfect. Except when I watch him kick, I don't like how he kicks. They're all good. You see how low he kicks the ball? I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked he hasn't had one block this year. I don't, it's I looked at Jack, I said, we're at a commercial break after he kicked a couple here. And you can see it on the videos, too. I looked at him, I said, how the heck are people not blocking this guy's kicks? I said, he didn't get the ball up at all. I mean, that's the part that baffles me about him when I watch him kick. That's why, we don't just vote for one guy. I mean, is he on my ballot? Yeah, he's on my ballot. But it's like I said about Fielding. I said Fielding missed the 2 kicks last year against Michigan, right? Same distance. I really thought he was going to miss. Just watching it, I said he's going to miss this kick.
And
right?
so
some guys are good in that spot. Some guys are. Radicich has not had to hit a game-winning kick this year. He has not had to hit a game-winning kick. Sappington has. He won the Iowa game with a game-winning kick. So that's the matchup tonight. We'll get to the NFL playoffs in a moment. Although let me give you this one NFL stat. You're going to love this.
Ooh. Is it about how Tyler Shuck is the greatest quarterback to ever live? No? Nothing? Hey, he won Rookie of the Month, and Chase Young, Defensive Player of the Month in the NFC. So
for the month of January?
For the month of December/January. Both months combined. They combine it into one month, which is fair because nothing else happens.
Okay. In 2018, how many quarterbacks played half the season? Okay? No. Just let me take it all the way through. 2018, how many quarterbacks played half the season and averaged 250 yards passing per game?
Half the season,
at minimum, you had to have played half the season and averaged 250 yards passing per game. How many NFL quarterbacks?
There's 32 NFL teams? 27.
Okay, too high, but 19.
Okay. So over half.
Right. So 19.
Sure.
So, and when I mean half, a lot of these guys played 10, 15, 14 games, whatever, 19 quarterbacks in the NFL averaged 250 yards per game that played more than half the season. How many in 2025?
Oh, it's got to be 7.
5.
5. Okay.
There are only 5 quarterbacks.
Let me guess.
Oh, I don't have the names in front of me, but
I can pull them up. I'm going to guess Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, who's been healthy?
Well, Mahomes is one of them.
I don't think he's got the yards.
No, Mahomes did.
Oh, he did?
No. I know Mahomes on the list. I think Goff's on there too.
Goff, okay.
But that's it. That is it. This is how
yards per game.
Mediocre.
250. Mahomes, Drake May, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford. Those 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's it.
That's bad.
Yes, because that tells you how much the quarterback spot has deteriorated in the NFL. And we've talked about this. The completion percentages give one the impression that it is in great shape. No, it is not, because those completion percentages are short, bang, bang, behind the line of scrimmage throws, things like that, quick screens to the receivers. I mean, your completion percentage is going to go up. This is not Ken Anderson completing 70% of his passes in the 70s, right? And he's getting the ball to Isaac Curtis and people like that, moving the ball downfield. That's not what this is. Right? The passing games in the NFL are designed so you don't get anywhere near an interception. You don't throw any dangerous throws. And you're getting now 19 quarterbacks in 2018 that averaged 250 yards passing per game that played at least half the season. 2025, it's down to 5.
The number one person this year for yards per game was Matthew Stafford, 276.9.
But that's
277.
great.
I want you to tell me, where would that rank with the 2018 quarterbacks? I want you to tell me.
I'd say 12th.
11th. Do you want to know the 20 quarterbacks to average more than 250 yards per game? This includes one person who doesn't get the game total.
Gotcha.
But we'll get to him. We'll go top down. Ben Roethlisberger at 320. Patrick Mahomes at 319. Matt Ryan. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 8 games. Jared Goff. Andrew Luck. 8 games was Nick Mullins. 5 games this season. Nick Foles, of course. Carson Wentz had 11 games. Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco, Tom Brady, Jameis Winston, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, Kirk Cousins, Drew Brees, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson, and Derek Carr. And right behind that was Case Keenum, Dak Prescott, and Cam Newton. Like, it is a humongous disconnect. And
this is a part that people don't grasp when they're talking about great quarterback play in the NFL. What the heck are you watching? Now, I realize, for example, a guy like Brock Purdy that I think is a really good NFL quarterback. I mean, he's been hurt all year. So, I mean, you take a guy like that off the table. This is why when they talk about Drake May being, and for Josh Allen's problem is simple. All his receivers are hurt. His tight ends are hurt. I mean, Shakir's the healthiest receiver he has. They brought Gabe Davis back because they felt they had to. And this is when they talk about great quarterback play in the NFL. What the heck are you watching?
I want you to tell me, because I'm intrigued by the whole yards per game piece with receivers. Can you tell me how many receivers crossed the 1,000-yard threshold in 2018 and how many crossed it? This includes tight ends in the list in 2018 and in 2025.
I'll say 22 in 2018, and I would say now 7.
21 in 2018 and 19 this season. I'm looking at it, and there's not really a major difference, except there was the scale for these receivers was generally in 2018 like it scaled up like in a normal manner in a step ladder. So from Amari Cooper at 21 up to Julio Jones at number 1, it generally scaled up, so every receiver had, let's say, 20 to 50 more yards, and it kind of goes up from there. This year, there's Jackson Smith-Njigba and Puka Nacua at 1,700, and then there's 3 receivers at 1,400, George Pickens, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, I would have said St. Brown.
And then it's a drop. And then it drops to basically 1,000. There's 10 receivers at just about 1,000.
And remember, Matthew Stafford operated the last few games without Devontae Adams. Yeah. They'll have him back for the Carolina game, which is tomorrow, I believe.
So,
it's weird. This is a disconnect between. This is where, if your eyes are telling you, I don't see it in terms of quarterback play. And then you say, all right, let's do some research. And when you do this research, you come up with this. And it validates what you think you're seeing. It validates what you think you are seeing. And I mean, this is, so, I mean, you get to this weekend. Bryce Young is a nice young quarterback. Right now, he's not so young anymore. He's in his 3rd year, 4th year?
fourth year.
Right. And after being the first overall pick. I mean, I'd have made him the first overall pick. Right. And look, Carolina.
This is third year.
Right. Sort of won the division.
Mm-hmm. They won by default because the NFC South, regardless of me being a Saints
they
fan,
went 8-9.
is terrible.
They went 8, but they went 8-9.
Mm-hmm.
But still, they should not be a 4 seed. I mean, playing at home is absurd. They should be playing.
We've discussed this before.
Right?
But
We've done
Bryce
that.
Young.
They shouldn't be. Right? But he's fine. Matthew Stafford is a veteran that really the game is slow for him. That's why Philadelphia. This is okay. They needed to stay away from the Rams. I know they've beaten the Rams. I got that part. But there's something about the Rams that is a difficult matchup for them, and Matthew Stafford's a big reason why.
He's also the MVP this season, or one of them.
Probably Drake May.
It's him, Drake May, and like that's
right.
He's
right.
One of the best players this season.
And Allen will be one of those guys. Jalen Hurts is a mystery guy. Hurts, to his credit, will throw a ball away. He doesn't care about his completion percentage. He'll dirt a ball or put it into the pellets, whatever it is, right? Because he'll just take it down. He's smart. Hurts is a really smart quarterback. Brock Purdy is another really smart quarterback that I really like. Sam Darnold is a mystery player. You know, he's got the look and the whole thing. Look, I mean, I did the Rose Bowl. Okay, I do. You sit back and go, oh, my God, watch him play. But in the NFL, he's done a really good job. But is he a great quarterback? No. All right? Jordan Love, not bad. But is he a great quarterback? Is he Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers? No.
Caleb Williams,
okay?
not bad.
Caleb Williams, second year, better. Is he a great quarterback? No. Okay. Drake May, to his credit, has been able to break out. I'm not surprised. I really liked him at North Carolina. He didn't have a lot of talent around him at North Carolina, but he played really well. And I thought when the Patriots drafted him, because you got to think about where you are positionally, in terms of your position in the draft, I thought it was a great pick by them.
Yeah.
Okay. Bo Nix is a good quarterback, not a great quarterback.
You know
See,
what?
all these teams have flaws.
We're gonna take this.
Denver's the number one seed. They've got to bye. And there are a lot of people going, all right, they're really good, but even the people in Denver don't think they're winning the Super Bowl.
We're going to take this a step further.
Like Herbert played hurt all year. He's the focal point of everything they do, and he's got both of his tackles out for the season.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Slater
doesn't
and all
help.
Gone.
Okay?
I want to take it a step further. I want to go through, and I know we're not doing a one to whatever. I don't want to do that part. What I do want to do is go through the quarterbacks, generally, through the NFL, and tell me, put them in a class where you're like, I trust you.
Yep.
The trust factor.
Yep.
Not a guy who is like, okay, good. Like he's good, but like I'm talking guy who like you are comfortable with the ball being in their hands in the fourth quarter, doing what Carson Beck did last night. Okay, we'll go through this NFL season, their quarterback so far, and then we'll go to 2018 because the year we have pulled up. So we'll go back to that. So.
Jerry's in the room, everybody.
Yeah.
Jerry shows
Mr.
up.
Jerry Valeri.
Golly. Yes. I mean, that's the same pose you used last time you got pulled over.
No, come on. I needed a key. I needed a key. I'm
hopefully somebody else is driving.
I'm not trying to make a scene here. My bad. I'm not good at sneaking.
What are we doing? Okay, so let's go through the quarterbacks.
So, 2025's quarterbacks going just top down in terms of yardage here. Matthew Stafford.
Of course.
Okay. Jared Goff.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I mean, not completely, but I would.
Okay.
Most part, I would.
So we've got, let me write this down. So Stafford.
It's going to end up about 14 when we're all said and done.
Dak Prescott.
Not really.
Drake May.
I think I would at this stage.
Okay. Sam Darnold.
No.
Trevor Lawrence.
Probably.
I'll put him in the same category as Goff.
Yeah.
Okay. Caleb Williams.
No.
Bo Nix.
No. I know. They won all these games. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking now. Playoffs, money on the table. No.
Justin Herbert.
Yes.
Okay. Baker Mayfield.
No.
Josh Allen.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Despite this season, with everything, because they don't have as much, yes, of course you would.
Jordan Love.
I'm going to put him in the golf category.
Okay. Jacoby Brissett.
No.
2025 Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Jalen Hurts.
Aaron Rodgers, most of his career.
Yes. But now.
Right. Jalen Hurts, yes.
Okay, Hurts. Cam Ward.
Not yet. I mean, but I think, you know what? I think he's on his way.
Okay.
All right.
We'll put him in that golf category.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
No.
CJ Stroud.
I put him in the golf category.
Geno Smith.
No.
Bryce Young.
No.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Absolutely not.
Lamar Jackson.
At this stage, no.
Joe Flacco.
No.
Tyler Shuck.
You know what? I'll say no, but I like him. But you knew I liked him last year too. Okay, in the draft I liked him. I think he eventually, but not yet.
We have Jackson Dart.
Oh no, I think eventually he will be.
But right now, no.
Right now, no, but eventually he will be. I like Dart. I think Dart's a really good quarterback.
Okay, and then we've got Brock Purdy.
Yes. Didn't do it against Seattle last week, but
skipping past, we've got Mac Jones.
Not yet.
Michael Penix.
No.
Marcus Mariota.
No.
J.J. McCarthy.
No.
Jaden Daniels.
It's hard to evaluate him because of the injuries.
We'll put him in the maybe category.
Yeah, the maybe category because I think Daniels showed last year he could do it. How about that? This year, he played hurt the whole time.
And then the last two guys who are here who would, I think, have
Josh
a chance.
Johnson? No.
Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Okay. And then the last person, Kirk Cousins.
No, not anymore.
And we'll include Kyler Murray.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So the players who you are set as yes, you have 8. You have Matthew Stafford, Drake May, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow. You have 5 in the maybe category. You have Goff, Lawrence, Love, Stroud, and Daniels.
So I said 14, ended up 13.
And then you have Ward and
Ward and Dart. I think eventually.
Ward and Dart eventually, but we're not going to count them for the exercise because they're not there nor in a maybe.
No, that's right.
So
that's
on
right.
the way. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they only have one season worth of evaluation.
We're going to go back to 2018 now and go through this list. So think back to 2018, 7 years ago. Steve Jones.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Matthew Ryan. Matt Ryan. Why do I say Matthew? Matt Ryan.
In 2018, probably.
Okay. Jared Goff.
Not in 2018, no.
Okay.
See, it's the difference between then and now. Goff's a better quarterback then.
Andrew Luck.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. See, again, difference between 18 and today.
Tom Brady. I'm going to skip past that one.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers.
Actually, yes.
Eli Manning.
Yes, because he had proven it over and over again. You can't do what he did in 2 Super Bowls where the money is absolutely on the table, and he puts together 2 drives to win game. Like, I'm sorry.
Minnesota Vikings Kirk Cousins.
No.
Deshaun Watson. This is the Texans.
I know it's 18, but no, not even then in 18,
okay.
No.
Derek Carr with the Raiders at this point.
No.
I'm going to assume this is a yes, Drew Brees.
Yes. Absolutely, Drew Brees.
Case Keenum.
No, not. I know he had a great year in 18, but no.
Dak Prescott.
No.
Matthew Stafford.
Yes. Then that's with Detroit.
This is since Cleveland, Baker Mayfield.
No.
Russell Wilson, 2018.
Yes.
Okay. We have, next on the list, Cam Newton. 2018 Newton.
Like 2015 Newton. Not 18.
Okay. Mitch Trubisky. 2018 Carson Wentz. This was the year that he started off hot and then got hurt. Of course, Foles takes over.
I would say yes. Based on 2018, yes.
Okay. And we'll put in that category Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Okay. Russell Wilson. We already did. Jameis Winston.
No.
This was not his 30-30 year, sadly. Sam Darnold.
No.
Blake Bortles.
Nope.
Andy Dalton.
No.
Marcus Mariota.
No.
Joe Flacco.
In 2018, yes.
Okay. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
You know, he probably could, but no.
I'll put him in the maybe category. Put Fitzpatrick in the maybe category. Josh Rosen, no. Nick Mullins, no. Alex Smith. This was him with the Commanders.
With the Commanders?
Yeah.
He was pretty good that year, if I recall.
He was okay. He played 10 games for them.
Let's just say no older.
Okay.
With Kansas City, I would have said yes.
Yeah. This was young Josh Allen.
At that stage?
2018 Josh Allen.
To be honest with you, he actually came out of the gate and was good right away. I'd say yes. I mean, I got to give him credit. I mean, I know. I think he surprised a lot of people by how he was playing.
Ryan Tannehill.
No.
We'll skip past a few names on this list.
It's not like Tannehill, when he finally got a chance to play, wasn't bad. In 18, he wasn't bad, but no.
The last one I'll include in this category to ask you about is 2018. I think this is rookie year Lamar Jackson. Rookie year, first or second year Lamar Jackson.
First or second year Lamar Jackson, I would say yes. Because, I mean, to be honest with you, why did I say no this time? Because he had a whole bunch of opportunities this year, and he didn't get it done.
So you had 8 yeses and 5 maybes for 2025. You had we'll go through the names. Ben Roethlisberger, Patrick Mahomes, Matt Ryan, Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, Drew Brees, Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, Joe Flacco, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. That is 16 with Ryan Fitzpatrick as a honorable mention.
Yeah.
There is a vast difference there.
Yeah.
It's not close.
It has nothing to do with. We're not going back to the 60s and the 70s when, like, hey, what do you think about Bradshaw? And what do you think about,
this is 7 years
Bart
ago.
Starr? This is 7 years ago we're talking about. I just think
most of these guys are still in the NFL.
That there's been a deterioration in that position where there are make-believe stats that make you think their QBR is what. No, but, okay, if you can tell me how to calculate QBR, I will listen to you all day because you know what you're talking about. But almost everybody has zero idea how to calculate QBR, including me. That's why I don't use it on the broadcast. It is not a. If it is a stat. Oh, okay, that's my parking for Purdue. I don't use stats that. In other words, that's why I don't use WAR in a broadcast for baseball. Because nobody knows how to calculate it. So if you don't know how to calculate it, if the average fan can't relate to the calculation of it, like 100, okay? I was kidding Saquon Barkley one day. Yeah, he needed to take a math class because Saquon did get his degree, but he did it after he turned pro. He was back on campus. He was talking with Todd Kulka, and I saw him, and he said, he says, I have to take, this math class. I said, math class? I said, come on. I said, Saquon. I said, if you carry the ball 20 times and gain 100 yards, I said, how many yards per carry is that? He says, 5. I said, okay, you passed. That's what I said. Yeah, we're laughing about it. And Kulka says, I wish it was that easy. I said, sure, it's that easy. What the heck?
I want to bring something up because I think this is interesting, Steve Jones. So, of course, we're saying 2018, the quarterback play was incredible. That was at the point when, like, quarterbacks were so highly valued, and the running backs, it was like if you took a running back.
They were devalued.
Devalued. How many running backs in 2018 had 1,000 yards, and how many in 2025 had 1,000 yards? I'm also going to name you the running backs in 2018.
This year, yeah, because I want to get to this TV rating thing.
Yes,
I do. This is really important, okay?
Yeah. So
I would say in 2025, I would say the number of running backs that are over 1,000 yards would be 15, and I would say back then the number of 1,000-yard rushers would be 10.
Okay, we have 17 in 2025. James Cook, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, Devon Achane, so on and so forth.
Saquon gained over 1,000,
yeah.
So yeah.
And then in 2018, 9. These running backs in 2018.
I've been pretty good on this so far.
Do you want to know the running backs in 2018 who got 1,000 yards? Just for comparison. Number 9 was Philip Lindsay. Number 8 was Washington Commanders' Adrian Peterson. 7 was Derrick Henry. 6, Christian McCaffrey. 5 was Chris Carson with the Seahawks. 4 was Joe Mixon. 3 was Todd Gurley. 2 was Saquon Barkley. Number 1 was Ezekiel Elliott.
How about that?
Those were the running backs to get 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
9 of them got there. And this year, 17 did.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying quarterback play is incredible. But the running back is so much more valuable now. And you're seeing it with when a Bijan Robinson gets drafted in 8th overall.
Yeah.
Or you're seeing it with even a Travis Etienne being drafted earlier. Jahmyr Gibbs or Kenneth Walker.
Etienne has helped them out.
He has. Or Bill Krosky-Merritt got drafted, and now he's playing for the Commanders. He got 800 yards this season. Monungai got 780. Running backs are so valuable in today's game.
I've been saying that over and over again. If you're going to draft a guy that's going to touch the ball 15 to 25 times in a game, and you only have 65 plays from scrimmage, isn't that a valuable guy to have? I mean that's just pure math. And I know there's a modern way of doing it. No, if you have really good defense, you're good in the trenches, and you have a running game, you can play in any weather, and you can play in any stadium. It's amazing how that hasn't actually changed. Now, the way you go about it and the usage of them, sure, that's changed. That's fine. That's just adapting to the modern game.
Yeah.
But it is, it's crazy. So... And that's why Jack Ham and I talk about this all the time. If you can play defense and you're good in the trenches and you have a running game, everything else feeds off of it. Suddenly, as the season's going, Katron Allen's bowling over people, and now Ethan Grunkemeyer has what?
Time.
A play-action passing game where people are getting frozen because you're running the ball behind Cousins, behind Donko, behind all those guys. Okay? And that's what it means. It's amazing how, as much as we want to modernize what we're doing, there are still simple basics that worked in the 50s that still work today. It's, and you have to have the ability to not always feel like when you're doing commentary that you're reinventing the wheel. You're not reinventing the wheel. Now, next one, Mythbuster time.
Let's do it.
Okay. I do want to get this out first. Top 20 programs in the country, regular season television numbers, averages. The SEC had 13 of the top 20. Okay? 13. Alabama was 1, Texas 2, Georgia was 3. The Big Ten had 4.
Okay.
So remember, when we're talking about that $190 million, when they were talking about the dividing and with the new TV contract, why would Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State get 5.5%? Why would Oregon and USC get 5% and everybody else 4.9%? What about Indiana? Mythbuster time. Ohio State, again, number 1 in average TV numbers this season. 4th overall, 6.57 million viewers per game. Michigan was 9. Okay. 2nd in the Big Ten, 5.08. Guess who's 3rd? Penn State University. All right, at almost 3.5 million per game. Oregon was 20th overall, 4th in the Big Ten, about 3.25 million per game. Indiana's not in the top 20. They're just not. USC is not in the top 20. They are not. So that's right. Again, that justifies what we've been hearing from the Big Ten about moving forward with the valuation of if they were to go to private equity, why Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State would be at the top of the food chain, and why Oregon would be in that second group. USC's arguing. You can argue all you want. You're not in the top 20.
Can I guess the last 3 schools in the top 20, by the way? So you have 13 SEC, 4 Big Ten. Yeah. I'm assuming Notre Dame, Clemson, Miami?
The last 3 in the top 20 were Penn State, Miami, and Oregon.
So the other 3, the non-Big Ten SEC schools?
Were Notre Dame, Florida State.
Florida State.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't include them because they were terrible this season.
Yeah, but they actually, their average TV rating was good. That also depends on who you play. They played Alabama at the beginning. Yeah. That boosted them up. Ohio State gets boosted up because the Michigan number is so huge, and the Texas number was huge, and the Penn State number was huge. That's how you get boosted up, are the games like that. Now, the other one is, okay, on Mythbusters Day.
Ooh, love this kind of day.
These conference championship games are obsolete. Bowl games are worthless exhibitions.
Terrible!
Okay, so Indiana, Ohio State plays. We both know, like the Penn State-Oregon game the year before in the Big Ten title game, that they're both going to the playoff.
Guessing 17 people watched.
18 million. Okay. Georgia, Alabama. Now, we just went through this whole thing because they're 2 of the top 3, right? 16.5 million. Watch that. Okay. Now let's get to the worthless exhibitions. Again, people keep trying to drive narratives, and every time you turn around, like, no, people are not buying what you're saying. 41 bowl games.
Yes.
Okay. The 40th is tonight. 41 will be the championship game. Those games are, okay, what we've seen in the playoff, those are all off the board. All right? So we'll take all those off the board. These are the other 33.
Okay.
Of the other 33, 30 of them have 1 million viewers or more.
Okay. So 3 didn't.
3.
Not bad.
I'll give you the 3. Okay? Here are the 3. Very good. I've got it right here, so you don't have to wait any time to do it.
Guess.
No, I mean it's
try and guess which bowl game.
It's the Xbox Bowl, Missouri State, Arkansas State, 457,000 viewers.
Please tell me the Bucked Up Bowl beat the numbers.
Oh, it was a record.
Yes.
It was. Let's go. It was a record. Myrtle Beach Bowl, which was Kennesaw State, Western Michigan, on the 19th, had 808,000 viewers. And the Veterans Bowl, Troy and Jacksonville State, had 958,000 viewers, but did have a peak audience of 1.2 million on December 16th.
So
those are the 3 that are under. Here are let's just very quick. We'll just run through the numbers.
Rattle them.
Okay? Michigan, Texas, huge brands, New Year's Eve. 9.1 million viewers, peaked at 15.
Not bad.
Pop-Tarts Bowl.
The greatest bowl game to ever exist.
Saturday, December 27th. It was the game right after the Pinstripe Bowl. 8.7 million, peaked at 10. The Pinstripe Bowl, Penn State and Clemson, 7.6 million, and had the second highest peak of all of them at 10.3. Great lead into the Pop-Tarts Bowl. It worked out great. The Gator Bowl, Virginia, Missouri.
Also that day,
6 million. Music City Bowl, December 30th, which was, a Tuesday night, Monday night?
This is a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. 5.4 million, Tennessee, Illinois. Alamo Bowl, I watched that game. Obviously, some of these games I didn't see.
TCU, also
USC,
Tuesday
I
night.
watched this game, 4.9 million. ReliaQuest Bowl, Iowa, Vanderbilt, 4.6 million on New Year's Eve. The Rake Bowl on December 26th set a record with Minnesota and New Mexico. 4.4 million.
Woof.
Okay? Here's your buddy, the Bucked Up LA Bowl.
Let's go.
A record.
Whoa.
Boise State against Washington on December 13th, and Damon Williams is going back to Washington, by the way, after his agent bagged him. You're out. I'm not representing this guy anymore. And he went back. 3.8 million viewers. Okay?
100,000 per point Washington scored.
Yep. Peaked at 4.9 million for the LA Bowl. Liberty Bowl, Navy Cincinnati, 3.4 million. Responder Bowl, Florida International, Texas San Antonio, not exactly Penn State against Texas, $3.1 million. Okay? The Las Vegas Bowl, Nebraska, Utah, $3 million, peaked at $4.1. Texas Bowl, LSU, Houston, two good brands, especially LSU, $2.9 million. Okay? The Hawaii Bowl, Christmas Eve. Okay? Life settled down. I went into my living room like everybody, and you know what? It's Christmas Eve. I said, I'd like to watch some football. Now, I know nothing about Cal, and I know nothing about Hawaii. And there's a story to that. Because the vast majority of these bowl games, you don't know who's playing in them. And Penn State doesn't play Cal or Hawaii, so I don't know any of their players at all. I didn't watch them during the regular season, but I watched that game because it was on. $2.7 million on Christmas Eve. Okay, Duke's Mayo Bowl, Wake Forest, Mississippi State, $2.6 million. Military Bowl, $2.5 million. Pitt against East Carolina. Game Above Bowl, this is the Detroit Bowl. Central Michigan, Northwestern on the 26th, $2.4 million. The Celebration Bowl, the HBCU game, South Carolina State, Prairie View A&M in Atlanta on the 18th, got $2.3 million.
4 overtime game, by the way.
Right, but they got $2.3 million and peaked at $3 million. Okay, New Orleans Bowl, Western Kentucky, Southern Mississippi. Really? What's the interest in that? $2 million. Peaked at 2.4. Fenway Bowl, hurt by being opposite the Pinstripe Bowl, but got $1.8 million because UConn played Army on that Saturday. On January 2nd, the Armed Forces Bowl, $1.8 million. The Independence Bowl on the 30th, Coastal Carolina, Louisiana Tech. Really? $1.8 million. The Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, and I've never had a Scooters Coffee in my life, right? But on December 23rd at $1.7 million as UNLV took on Ohio University, and it peaked at 2.2 million viewers. The Boca Raton Bowl, okay? Toledo and Louisville, really? 1.6 million, 2.4 million peak. The Gasparilla Bowl in Tampa on December 19th. Memphis, North Carolina State, 1.5 million, peaked at 1.6. The New Mexico Bowl. The New Mexico Bowl on the 27th, North Texas against San Diego State, 1.4 million, peaked at 1.8. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl. I'm sitting at home on the 22nd, just putting my feet up. I say it was an afternoon because it's a Monday. It was a Monday night game that night. So the game's on in the afternoon. I'll watch some of this game. I know nothing about Washington State and Utah State. Well, I'm one of 1.2 million that watched it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Birmingham Bowl, Georgia Southern and Appalachian State. Are you kidding me? On a Monday, 1.2 million. Okay? The Ventures Bowl. I actually watched some of this game. Why, I don't know. Louisiana against Delaware. Okay? Thank goodness we've got the Monroe and Newark markets. We're drawing in Shreveport and Wilmington. 1.2 million. Okay? The Cure Bowl, Old Dominion, South Florida. I watched that because Ricky Ronnie, right? 1.2 million. Then after that, we went through the 3 that didn't make the cut. Worthless exhibitions? ESPN Events owns and operates 18 of these games. Why? It's not because of people in stands. Although some of these drew pretty well. You watch some of the games, like the Alamo Bowl had a great crowd. The Pinstripe Bowl, despite the weather, had a great crowd. Right? The Citrus Bowl had a fabulous crowd.
Pop-Tart Bowl, electric crowd.
Yes, electric for a lot of reasons. But this is why they end up from December 13th till January 19th. They buy programming, and they put this on the air, right? And this doesn't include like the Sun Bowl. I don't have the Sun Bowl on here. These are all ESPN ones. The Sun Bowl had 2.2 million. The Holiday Bowl had 2.5 million on Friday night that Fox carried. Right? This is what you're seeing. Like, people, they buy programming and they win the night by doing it with these worthless, until you get hit in the face, it's not so worthless, exhibition games. The narrative, push. Wrong. You want it, okay? 2024, bowl ratings were up 14% from 2023. In 2025, bowl ratings were up 13% from the 2024 ratings that were so good. The average bowl rating is 3.5 million viewers. That's the average of the non-playoff games. 3.5 worthless exhibitions, right? You can push that narrative till you're blue in the face. People don't care. They want to watch football. They enjoy watching football. They don't care about your opinion at all. Okay? You don't want to watch? You don't have to, because millions are choosing to, and that's why there's a bowl season.
Thank you for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, a 7 Mountain Media production. Come back at 11 every weekday for analysis of the latest happening in the sports landscape. From college football to European soccer, Steve and Kyle cover it all on Sports Talk with Steve Jones.